feels weird for me every time you speak and I'm just one of the audience. But today, I'm a speaker. Well, it gets confused. I don't know to start by say howdy all like Texan, Salaam alaikum by Arabic, or good evening ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. Good evening ladies and gentlemen. As we say in Arabic, Assalamu alaikum. It's a great honor for me tonight to give my speech in front of you, representing AYUSA's exchange students, my country and my nation. People get some opportunities that change their lives. Some of them become better and some become worse. My life started to change, to come out alive in July 4th, 2008, even before I came to the US. I was invited to an American barbecue in the US Embassy in Sana'a, the capital of my country. I met the ambassador, Mr. Sitch. We had a nice conversation. He asked me, "Do you know the American dream?" Well, I couldn't answer this question because I've never been to America. He said, "The American dream is no matter who you are, your skin color is, who your family is, but you can do anything you want, from zero to infinity." Not only do I have goals and dreams for me and my family, but also for my country. As a result of not being able to achieve them in my country, I came to the land of opportunities. I came to the United States of America. Being an exchange student, it's something that I cannot describe in words or write on papers. But it's a real experience that gives people a lot of chances to change their personalities and change their lives. I came from Yemen, an Islamic and Arabic country, one of the third world countries that most of the Americans have wrong and incorrect ideas about. And some ignorant people connect them with terrorism. At the beginning, it was a big challenge for me. But it changed to be a great mission at the same time. To be an ambassador in your small community, to represent a country and a nation, to change ideas from people, to change ideas that Muslims and Arabs are terrorists. I had a lot of discussions with people, my host family, the great one that I had, students from my high school, even people from the church that I go every Sunday. I am a Muslim, but I go to church because this year I am learning anything that I can, even if it's not from my beliefs. But I need to know what people are thinking about, what's the ideas that people have. I talk with people every day. They say, yeah, they must have a lot of questions because I am from a different culture. They are from a different culture. Something amazing that when you see one from different culture, you have a lot of questions. I'm sure that you all remember the bombing attack next to the U.S. Capitol in Sana'a. It was in September or December last year, 2008. The next morning, something that happened I cannot stop it, that we use every morning before I go to school. I read the news in that day. I found on Yahoo that there is a bombing attack in Sana'a. So I went to the school. Some of my classmates were asking me, "Oh, what happened in Yemen? Oh, do they kill Americans over there?" Well, I asked all of my teachers in that day to give me 5 minutes from each class period at the end to explain for them. I said, "Can you prove that the fingers in the hand are same, are alike?" They said, "No." I said, "Okay, so people are different. We cannot judge a religion, a race, or a nation, or a country from one or two people that did that stuff." Self-confident, independent person, and a lot of other words I just learned when I became an Asian student and came to America. An American lady once told me something that I will never forget. and I will teach to my kids in the future. She said, there is no reason not to be the best because you are a mix of more than one culture. I had some difficulties in the differences of the lifestyle, traditions, and customs. My first day of school, oh God, was so hard because it was the first time in life to take all of my classes in English. I've never studied science in English, so I was lost first day with the scientific terms. I tried hard to adjust my new place to prove that an exchange student must be one of the best students and can be one of the advanced placement students too. But after you do all of this, I mean, I didn't want to say that, but when you work hard, when you study hard, when you take this experience as serious, academically, I'm not going to get anything because I'm not going to get a diploma from the United States. So I have to go back and study the year again. So this is the big problem that I have. Okay, everything in my life, it's great, but this thing confused me. In my previous academic year that I spent or studied in Yemen, 4 of my friends and I started to think about doing something to help our community, to share ideas between us, the young people. We made a club, and we called it Call for Coexistence. We were 4 Muslims and a Christian. He wasn't Yemeni, but he lived in Yemen. He's from Iraq. In that club, we did great jobs. We tried to go from school to another, give speeches in psychology, in some sensitive issues about AIDS, about other things, to educate people. And we really enjoyed it. We didn't have the resources to do like projectors, laptops. We did our meetings in the street after school. We dreamed to have a laptop or a projector to make our activities more effective on the people. When I came to the United States, I didn't expect that I will have the great experience that I had helping my community. I did a lot of community services, even myself with the great exchange students and the great AYUSA staff in San Antonio, but the best one was called Rebuilding Together. We did it with Connie and Ray. I cannot describe how amazing when you make people that you don't know smile and be happy. Because we rebuilt some houses for people that, for any reason, they cannot offer good living for their kids. Some of the stories that I want to share with you, like funny stories, I don't know if I must be funny like Ray or serious like this. As you all know that in Islamic countries, we study separate, girls and boys, so each one in a different school. My first day of school, I was checking my locker, and I turned my head to the right. I saw a girl and a boy are kissing each other. I said, oh God, is it a school or a mall? I mean, it was so shock for me, but I adjusted, and now it's easy to see it. Well, another story, once I decided to help my host family, and I decided to do the dishes. So it was first 20 days, yeah, in my new community in Pleasanton. And I asked my host mom, she was watching TV, and I told her, which kind of soap do I use to need to use to do the dishes? She said, it's the green stuff, it's in the kitchen. I went to the kitchen, I found the green stuff, but it wasn't the right one. I came after 5 minutes, I thought the floor is covered by bottles. At the end of this year, I will probably say this. My life changed. I was one of the people who became better, not worse. And then what I said to the other exchange students. I had to give a speech just like now before we left Yemen. There were representatives from the U.S. Embassy. And I gave a speech. At the end of the speech, I said, be who you are, and let Yemen be proud of you. I will finish the way that I started, looking to the horizon, by doing the goals that are my future of my country. At the end, thanks for the U.S. Department of State for giving me and others the opportunity to change our lives. Thanks to AYUSA and its great staff that works 24 hours, 7 days a week to help us and keep us safe. With so much respect, I thank you, my audience, for giving me your time and listening to me. Thank you.